guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Alam niyo nakarinig na ako ng ganitong mga storya na ginagawa raw talaga 'to ng ilang mga tao. I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's right. But some people do this, nakakalusot, na-approve ang kanilang mga spousal sponsorship application, and then, yeah, they live happily ever after here in Canada. But I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right. Siyempre, dito po sa ating channel, no, we cannot advocate for misrepresentation. We always advocate for honesty in your immigration applications. In this case, nahuli po ng IRCC and their spousal sponsorship application was denied. I am sure you already have a clue sa kung ano ang tinutukoy ko dahil sa title ng episode na ito. Ano ba tong ginagawa, no, na sinasabi ko? Yung kumbaga meron pong mag-asawa. On paper, kasal pa sila. In reality, separated na. Separated na for a long time, for example. Tapos yung isa, napunta ng Canada, naging PR or naging citizen. At siguro they've maintained a civil relationship, a friendly relationship sa kanilang ex-partner. Na aga na, technically, hindi pa sila annulled. On paper, kasal pa sila, pero matagal na pong hiwalay. Siguro they've maintained a good relationship in a way. To the point na willing yung partner na nasa Canada na mag-apply ng spousal sponsorship para makuha yung kanyang ex-partner. Bakit gagawin yun? Well, I don't know. I can just only assume para din makapunta sa Canada at ma-enjoy ang benepisyo ng pagiging isang PR dito. Okay, ganoon na lang. I mean, that's only one reason I'm thinking about, no? So, as I mentioned, siguro yung iba nakakalusot. But in this case, again, nahuli po. Okay? O sige, puntahan na po natin. This is a new decision published only a few days ago. A federal court decision, June 15, 2026 po inilabas. And no, this does not involve our kababayan. By the way, kung meron kayong similar story, no, na alam na ginawa ito, put them down there in the comment section. I'd love to hear them. Okay. So, ang applicant po, yung lalaki. Siya yung sinosponsor. Nasa Nigeria, a citizen of Nigeria. Okay, sinama siya sa spousal sponsorship application ng kanyang misis na nasa Canada. So, that is a PR application. August 2023, nirefuse ang kanilang application ng IRCC. Bakit? Ito po. They were not satisfied that there was a genuine, ongoing spousal relationship between the applicant and her spouse. Ay, yung babae pala, baliktad ako. Ano ba yan? Yung babae pala yung isa-sponsor, ha? Yung nasa Nigeria pa. So, na-deny at ngayon nagpunta sila ng federal court para questionin kung tama ba ang naging proseso sa pag-deny ng IRCC. Okay. So, yung lalaki ang nasa Canada. Guys, nabaliktad ako, sorry. The guy has been living in Canada since 2016. Okay, tapos 2020, nakuha ni lalaki yung kanyang PR. Okay. And then, ayun na nga, nag-apply for spousal sponsorship. To process the applicant's application, kailangan raw ng ebidensya. Okay, evidence was requested demonstrating a genuine spousal relationship between the applicant and the spouse. March 2023 po yan, humingi ng documentation. Nagsubmit naman si applicant na nasa Nigeria. Nagsubmit ng marriage certificate, photos nung kanilang kasal, family spending time together. I understand meron din po sila mga anak na nandun din yata sa Nigeria. Okay, so pictures of the family spending time together, proof of financial support in the form of payment receipts, and screenshots demonstrating ongoing communication, including yung mga voice notes daw and text messages sa WhatsApp. Okay. Pero hindi na kumbinsi ang immigration officer assessing the application. Pinadalan po ng PFL. Okay? Yung applicant na nandito sa Canada. Ang sabi, they've provided insufficient evidence demonstrating that an ongoing, genuine relationship exists. Ito na guys, no? In particular, sabi daw dun sa PFL, merong available information na nag-indicate na yung applicant dito sa Canada at yung kanyang supposed spouse in Nigeria had grown apart since 2016 at na yung lalaki that he had entered into relationships with other people since then. The applicant was given an opportunity to submit additional information relating to this issue. Okay, na-curious ako, ano kaya to guys? Itong sinasabing, meron daw silang available information. In my opinion, siguro may nagsumbong. No, may nagsumbong. Diba? Yung term na ginamit dun sa available information, they've already grown apart. At nagsumbong nga na nagkaroon na nga ng ibang mga karelasyon yan sa Nigeria. Okay. Again, that's just my opinion, no? Reading between the lines, kumbaga. Pero hindi na po yan na-discuss further kung ano ba tong available information dito sa Federal Court decision. Okay. So, sinagot po yung PFL, nagsubmit ng mga affidavit from the person sponsoring, yun nandito sa Canada, and also an affidavit from the person being sponsored. Yung father-in-law, yung stepsister daw, meron din daw nagbigay na mga statement. Pero none of these evidence, sabi, address the concerns expressed about the applicant's spouse's other relationships. Yun yung hinahanap yata nung IRCC, no? Na i-dispute mo yung information na nakarating sa amin na meron kang ibang mga naging karelasyon na noon. So, because hindi nga na-convince, nirefuse pa rin talaga a few months later. Okay? August 2023. The officer explained the applicant had been advised of their concerns, but that she was unable to satisfy them that their concerns were unfounded. At itong sumusubok mag-sponsor, no, syempre she tried to dispute it through this federal court judicial review petition. Yun nga lang, the judge sided with the IRCC. Sabi ni judge, basically, reasonable yung proseso na pinagdaanan ng immigration officer nung ina-assess niya yung ebidensya na sinubmit at yung mga documentation na sinubmit nung applicant. Puntahan natin yung ilang specifics na nabanggit dito, no. Ang una, tulog nung nabanggit na kanina, sumang-ayon si judge na hindi na-dispute ng husto ni Mrs. yung claims na nagkaroon ng ibang relasyon yung kanyang asawa sa Nigeria. Sabi dito, the evidence submitted in response to the PFL failed to address the stated concern about the spouse's relationships with other people. Given the absence of any response to this concern, it was reasonably open to the officer to conclude that the applicant had not met her burden of proof and to refuse her application. In other words, sabi, no, the applicant's silence on this matter was a sufficient basis alone to refuse her application. So hindi mo pwedeng deadmahin. Pag may binanggit na gano'n, dapat i-address mo specifically yung point na yun. Hindi yung tipong magbibigay ka lang ng ebidensya to again further prove the genuineness of your marriage before. Kasi parang to begin with, hindi naman din po yata dinispute o wala namang concern yung IRCC na genuine na nagpakasal po talaga sila, no? It's about whether or not the relationship really is still there, na sila pa rin. Meron ding sinabi tungkol dun sa communication daw, di ba? Sinabi, nagbigay daw ng ebidensya, screen grab ng voice notes, saka ng text messages sa WhatsApp. With respect to their communications, sabi, yung pinadala ninyong screen grabs o yung voice notes, the IRCC found that they were of low quality and lacking meaningful conversation. How do they even determine low quality, no, and lacking meaningful conversations? Sabi nung applicant, nung ina-argue nila yan, hindi naman pwede sabing low quality at walang meaningful conversation. Kasi yung voice notes daw halimbawa na kanilang pinadala, were just, I think, documentation that they had voice notes. But the officer mismo daw, hindi naman naririnig yung kanilang pinag-usapan. Yun ang sinabi dito. Ang sabi ni Judge, while that may be so, the screenshots of the selected voice notes submitted show the length of each message, the vast majority of which lasted for less than 10 seconds. Ganun lang daw ka-iikli, no? Ang sinasabi ni Judge. So, kaduda-duda para sa kanila. Yung fact na less than 10 seconds ang karamihan daw ng voice notes na ito. And then, pati yung ebidensya sa padala ng financial support. Okay. Sabi, hindi naman ibig sabihin na meron kang pruweba na nagpapadala ka ng pera, proof daw po yun ng inyong genuine relationship as a married couple. Bakit? Kasi ang sabi dito, evidence of financial support was normal because there are children involved. Kaya kailangan talaga magpadala. Kailangan daw talaga sustentuhan yung mga anak. Okay, so sabi dito, put another way, the officer found that the spouse's financial support was a neutral factor and on its own did not demonstrate a genuine marriage. So according to the judge, this finding is entirely reasonable. And finally, yung pruweba na pinadala, yung mga pictures ng kasal at pagsasama ng pamilya, no? Sabi, the officer's assessment of the photographs was entirely subjective, ang sabi ni applicant. Okay, yan yung kanyang argument dyan. Tapos ito ang sagot ni officer, no, nung tinitingnan daw niya yung mga pictures. I also examined, this is a direct quote, I also examined the photos provided to support their relationship. And note that the in Canada applicant does not appear happy or smiling in the photos with the applicant, and depths included on this application, which is unusual given the extended periods of separation between them. Talagang yun, Pinuna, ba't di ka nakangiti sa iyong mga picture? Dapat masaya ka kasi usually LDR kayo, di ba? Grabe, no? Okay, guys, I'm just reading off this decision. So these are the arguments presented. And in the end, as I mentioned, the court sided with IRCC. Pero ang pinaka-main point, no, ni Judge, ni-refuse niya yung PR application dahil dun sa punto na hindi in-address nung applicant yung concerns na nagkaroon ng ibang relasyon yung kanyang partner in Nigeria. Naalala niyo dun sa unang line, isa sa mga unang nabasa ko. Sabi ni Judge, no, parang that alone would already warrant the refusal of this application. Okay. So, ayun. Application for judicial review is dismissed. And that is it. Ngayon ko lang naisip nung nire-record natin tong episode na ito, no? Paano kaya kung they're trying to patch things up? I mean, that's also a possibility, no? I'm not saying na yun, pero paano kung ganun yung situation kaya? Alam nung magsusponsor na nagkaroon na ng ilang relationship. And then we don't know. Baka naman nag-decide sila na, sige, let's still try to be together, work this out. Sige, sponsor kita dito na tayo mag-umpisa muli. Ano kung ganun, right? Siguro, well, I guess it still all boils down talaga to communicating, presenting evidence. No, yung communication na inyo na magpapakitang yan ang gusto ninyong mangyari, no? Problema, in this case, no, parang wala nga siyang pinipresentang kahit ano. She didn't even address the issue raised. Anyway, yun lang. Okay, let me know what you guys think about this. Kung meron kayong alam na similar story, put them down there in the comment section, no? Again, I'd love to hear them. I'll end this episode here. Bye, everybody!